Hi，大家好我是 Dr. Chen. Hello, NASCAR students. 我是 Dr. Chen. 我是 Hot Valley Academy 的中文老师. Today's lesson is based on the week 7 assignment for level 1 of Chinese 1. If you don't have this assignment, it can be found by visiting the Knox County School World Language Department website at knoxschools.org. On the World Language Department page, click where it says World Language Student Resources. Notice at the bottom of the learning document for this week or module, you can access additional resources. And you must be logged into your Knox County School Google account to access it. Let's get started.
大家好. Today, this video is going to talk about how to use 我不知道. Now, 我不知道 is actually is I don't know an object. Okay, know an object. So we actually have to start from the very beginning of the subject, verb, and object. So to talk about this. So in English, we all know you have a subject plus verb and object. You know what? So does Chinese language. The language itself is a verb, subject, verb, and object. It's not like English. It's not like Japanese. They put the verb in the very end of the sentence, and there's no way you want to know if you do not know the language very well and you say, hey, where's the verb, where's the object? But Chinese and English, they have a similarity on this aspect. So if you want to say, I don't know you, okay, I don't know you. So you, this is a verb and an object, okay? Same thing, you can say I know and or I don't know. It means the approach is the same thing. The way to approach it is the same. So this is the object and this is the verb. Okay. Now the verb could be a clause. Okay, or the verb is called a noun clause if you want to use it. So if you're going to use it could be a word, could be a phrase, could be a noun clause, it could be a very long one. So it's more than just a word itself. Don't be just limited to, hey, say the object is a word. No, the object could be a very long string of words. So this is a you. Now we're gonna actually make it we call the clause, which is the sentence, as the you call the noun clause, as the object. So now let's say, where are you? Okay, we start from English. Okay, we start from English. So where are you? And then we say in Chinese, we say 你在哪儿, right? So 你在哪儿? Now, if you want to say I don't know, now we're both gonna add I don't know to it, and you're gonna say where you are. However, it's not like in Chinese you flip it, the subject and the verb. No, you keep the same thing because the subject always goes in the very beginning of the sentence in Chinese. So since this one add I don't know to it, you also add I don't know. You say 我不知道, and you keep the same thing. You move this one. Okay, and that's it. So basically, it's the I don't know sentence is actually a two parts. It's a part one and part two. So it's actually the part one plus part two. Okay, so you simply say I don't know. You don't have to worry about that part. And this in Chinese and English, they're the same. I mean, in Chinese, they are the same. You don't actually gonna flip it. So as long as you know the part two and you just add the part two to part one, that'll be fine. Now let's work on another example. So, how do you say what is your name? So some of you gonna say, "Hey, 你叫什么名字?" Right? Or to say, "What is his name?" How about that? Let's just say, "What about what is his name?" So you say, 你叫 or 他叫什么名字? So you say 他叫什么名字? And if you want to change to I don't know, you're gonna say I don't know what his name is. But you don't do that in Chinese. You simply say you keep the part two. You just add part one. So what you do is you say 我不知道 and then 他叫什么名字 and that's it. Okay. Now let's do another one. Let's say where do you live? So in Chinese, where do you live would be 你住在哪儿, right? So, but if you want to say, do you know where? Now in English, you have to get rid of the word do and then you live. Okay? We cannot say where do you live and keep the same thing. While in Chinese, you simply say 我不知道你住在哪儿. Okay? So now with the sentence when. So when do you go to school? Now say when do you want to go to school? How about that? Let's say when do you want to go? When do you want to go to school? Okay. Now what's the English for first? What's the Chinese for this one? You say 你想要 you want what? 你想要什么时候去学校? Okay. Now, if we add I don't know to it, if you want to say I don't know, we're going to add this to I don't know, and the grammar rules tell us if you want to change to the object, you have to get rid of this do. Okay, so you have to get rid of this do. So it looks like when you want to go to school, it looks like it's a statement, but you're gonna go back to the original sentence and say the original sentence is when do you want to go to school? Okay, so in Chinese you can simply say, you know what? You can simply add 我不知道你想要什么时候去学校. You keep the same thing, so you don't have to worry about that. Say I have to change the subject and verb. No, you don't. So that's why when you see the sentence I don't know, you have to think about part one and part two. Okay, part one and part two. So and make sure you understand that because we're gonna use this so often. We're gonna say, hey, I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know what. Well, what does he want to eat? Say this sentence, okay? What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat today? Okay? So, how do you say this? What do you want to eat today? You say 你, right? 今天你今天想要吃什么 Okay? Now, you can simply add part one to it. This is part two. So you say 我不知道你今天想要吃什么。我不知道他今天想要吃什么。Okay? So the original sentence, what you want to eat, is actually comes from what do you want to eat today? Okay, so again, your first language structure is so important because once you know the difference between first language and your foreign language, then you can actually transfer that knowledge to your foreign language. Okay, so let me know if you have questions. I'll see you next time. 再见。